Hey guys, I'm Martha,
I'm Christine.
and this is
The Rat Trap.
To kick our show off today, we're going to go off to the sports segment.
Hey guys, I'm Abby and this is your weekly sports update. Last week Friday there was a track meet and Saturday was a varsity girls soccer tournament at GVSU. The girls won their first game 2-0 against Oak Ridge and sadly lost 2-1 against East Lansing. Last week's baseball games were canceled and rescheduled to May 15, so mark your calendars. And today is a baseball game at Fenville. There is also a girls varsity soccer game at 4:30 against Muskegon Catholic. See you guys next week.
Alright guys, now we're off to Sophomore Spotlight. We have one interview with Mr. Constantelos and one interview with Abby Phillips.
Let's check it out.
Hello, I'm with Mr. Constantelos, and he's going to be teaching a class next year called We the People. Is the class going to be a G block or a normal class?
There are two options for that, and when you look at the registration form, it is either off the G block or an A through F. If it's the G block, it's just a first semester. If it's an A through F, we would do We the People prep in the fall, and then we would have AP Economics for the first time at Black River in the spring.
What would the students be doing in the class?
So We the People is both a class and it's a competition. We would compete twice in Grand Rapids and in Lansing. You basically are getting ready for this really exciting competition where you go in front of judges and prepare a speech about pressing political issues of the day, about our rights as citizens, about immigration or presidential war powers. And what we would do in the class, and also in out-of-school practices, is we would get ready to come up with a speech, practice on debating and answering these follow-up questions, and do research and get ready as a team.
Is this your first time teaching the class?
It would be my first time over here, but I actually I participated in this activity as a student at East Grand Rapids, where I went to school, and I have been working with that program for over 10 years now. And so I'm really excited to bring it over here to Black River for the first time.
Nice. And then you were in this class in high school, right?
Mhm.
What was your experience?
It was a great experience. Not only do you end up learning just tons about what's going on in the world and the news and being more informed than most adults in your life, but you form really great friendships. I just personally, the kind of panel that I was on as a student, we continued to get together and we would have like a Christmas breakfast for 5 years after I was on the team myself. So it should be a really good experience for all involved.
Great. Thank you.
Okay, thanks so much for having me on.
Hi, I'm Lauren and I'm here with Abby Phillips, who is a Civil Air Patrol cadet. So, what do you do as a Civil Air Patrol cadet?
Well, we meet once a week for about 2 hours, and each week we do a different thing. We have physical training. We have aerospace education, where we learn different aspects about flying and about the Air Force in general. We do a lot of volunteering, especially at the Veterans Home down in Grand Rapids, where we do a lot of volunteer work and work with the veterans there. We also do emergency services, which can deal with things such as search and rescue, and we can get certified to do search and rescue missions. And then we also learn first aid and basic knowledge like that.
And where do you train?
I train at the Hudsonville Squadron, which is about 30 minutes from here, but there's also another squadron at the West Michigan Aviation Academy.
So how do you sign up for this?
You can sign up by going on the Civil Air Patrol website, and then on the website there'll be a link for trying to find a location, and you can choose the location, which is either Hudsonville or the West Michigan Aviation Academy, and there you'd contact the major or the lieutenant in charge of that squadron, and you'd email them, and they'd set up a time for you to come in with the squadron and to see what Civil Air Patrol is all about.
So how did you get into this kind of stuff?
Well, my friend's sister has been in it for a long time, and she was the one who told me about it.
Oh, cool. So that is all we have today for Sophomore Spotlight. Thank you very much for watching.
Now we are off to national news with Will.
Hello, I'm Will, and welcome to your National News Recap. Last Thursday, the U.S. Senate voted to eliminate broadband privacy rules that prevented Internet Service Providers, or ISPs, from selling consumer data without explicit consent. This means that your internet provider, be it Comcast, Time Warner, Charter, or any other, could potentially sell your internet search history and browsing habits to anyone. The resolution must now pass the House of Representatives and President Trump to take effect. The first species of bumblebee has been placed on the endangered species list. Colony collapse and disease have wrought havoc on bee populations across the country, which are down nearly 90% since the 1990s. The rusty-patched bumblebee is now the first species of bumblebee to be classified as endangered. There are over 3,000 different species of bee native to the United States, and over 40 of those are classified as bumblebees. Prior to this, 7 species of Hawaiian yellow-faced bees were placed on the endangered species list. The first requests for land condemnation by the Department of Homeland Security are arriving to Texas residents living on the border. Maria Flores, owner of a 16-acre ranch on the Rio Grande, received a letter which offered her $2,900 for a 1.2-acre plot of land on the border. If residents do not agree to the terms, the land could be potentially seized under eminent domain with less compensation provided. In state news, the state of Michigan will be spending nearly $90 million to replace over 18,000 lead and galvanized steel pipes in the city of Flint by the year 2020. This resolution has come as a settlement deal in the ongoing suit between Flint residents and the state of Michigan. In the end, the 2020 deadline marks a 6-year timeline from the beginning of the crisis in spring 2014 to its final resolution. Thank you. This has been your weekly recap. Have a great spring break.
Thanks, Will. That was some awesome coverage.
All right, so if you're not familiar with the Rat Race, it's a 5K and it's happening on April 22nd. It starts here at Black River, and if you'd like to sign up, make sure you go on the Black River website and do that.
All right, guys, now we're off to question of the week with some questions on the Rat Race.
So, Javi, what are you most excited for about this year's Rat Race?
To beat Shed the Big Hole.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Okay. So, Baruch, what are you most excited for the Rat Race?
For the free food afterwards.
Nope.
To dominate Mr. Donnelly and Mr. Lawton, like I did last year. Now, there is a small chance my son's running with me. I might run a little slower, but I'm after him big time.
Alright, thank you. So, what are you most looking forward to for the Rat Race?
To be honest, I haven't been able to run in a while, so I'm looking forward to running with some of my cross-country teammates from last year, and you know, the food afterwards is always good, and it always feels good to get a good workout in.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
So, Mr. Donnelly, we were wondering why the Rat Race date was changed.
Thank you. That is an excellent question, Joel, and I appreciate it. In working with this year's Rat Race directors, Ms. Grinzinger and Ms. Wright, and as a former Rat Race director, we have found so much snow and ice that occurs in the month of March. And this year, had the Rat Race occurred on March 12th, when I think it was supposed to, the temperature was 20 degrees exactly with a 15-mile-per-hour northwesterly wind. That's an equation for bad race turnout and also for grumpy runners if they're non-traditional runners. Regular runners don't care, they just run in anything. But we want to make sure all our River Rat Race-keteers are as happy as possible, and I'm guessing April 22 is going to be a lot warmer than March 12. I hope.
So, what's most enjoyable about the Rat Race?
Well, I like to run a lot, even though I'm not fast, but the Rat Race, I've run it all 11 of the last years in a row, and there's a couple people who have done that. Mr. Meyer's done it too. I look forward to seeing the same people every year and being challenged by the same people every year, like Mr. Meyer. And for the first 10 years, I always was faster than Mr. Meyer, till last year when Mr. Meyer beat me by a matter of seconds, and I was most frustrated by this accomplishment of Mr. Meyer. Although I was proud of him, much frustration. So the Rat Race is fun because you see the Black River community, you get friendly competitions, you also compete against yourself, and you actually get to go by the Black River watershed, which is also known as the appetizer to Lake Makatawa, the little river by window on the waterfront and the windmill. And I just love it's part of our Howling community, and it highlights a little bit of where our school gets its name from.
Just a reminder, guys, that tomorrow is a half day, and we have A and F blocks because we're going on spring break. So, yeah, and then classes will resume on April 10th. So enjoy your vacation time or just time off from school.
Yeah, now we're off to a No Thumbs Challenge segment, so enjoy.
Brianna.
And I'm Zoe.
And this week we're going to be doing the Cotton Ball Challenge.
The Cotton Ball Challenge is a game where you put a bunch of cotton balls into one bowl, you use a spoon, and you try to put it in another bowl that's on top of your head. The point of the game is that you can't tell if you have a lot of cotton balls on your spoon or none at all. So whoever has the most at the end wins. Let's go.
No. I feel useless. Stop. Okay, 1, 2. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
I love how I got to. Wow, we got a lot. I got the least amount.
This is not fun. This is so hard. Oh man.
Stop. Whoa, I got a lot! Wow. How many did I? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Wow! I'm so, that was so bad. Proud. Wow. Oh. How do you tell there's anything in there? There's definitely nothing falling. I felt that one. Oh, it just hit me. Stop. Oh. Nah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Oh, 4 of those.
2 of those. 17.
Our outro. Okay. Ready? Wait, how many did I have? 19?
I had 14.
You had?
17.
Okay. Yeah. So, I was the winner for once. That was pretty cool.
For once.
I got 19.
I got 14.
And I got 17.
We all hope that you guys enjoyed this week's segment and that you'll catch us next week.
Bye!
See you guys.
To wrap up our show today, we're going to transition into Dance Move of the Week.
That's all we have for you guys. Have a great break. You've been trapped.
Hey guys, it's Ernesto.
And Marty.
And for this week's Dance of the Week, we don't have a dance, but we have some new ideas.
Yeah, so we want to see what type of dances and songs you guys want to hear, so send us an email and we'll try to do them.
Yep, the link is, not the link, the email is down below, and just send us your ideas and we'll try to get to them. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.